Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna have a very uncomfortable conversation for some of you guys, and it's gonna make you guys wake up if you haven't already. Especially the way the economy is going right now, it's a little shaky for some of you, and you need to know what to do to avoid these issues, right? But before we get started with this conversation, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, like, and comment like I care. I'm not just kidding. But go ahead and do that. And as usual, I drop heat, no fluff, no BS. We get straight to the point. So let's interact with this together, right? Shout out to first and foremost, Cyrus. No way is he paying me to talk about this. I just thought this was very valuable. Go ahead and follow him on Instagram, Cyrus Harbin, and Tech is New Black, and on YouTube as well. Anywho, let's get straight to this, right? Cyrus, I thought this was very valuable. He says, trigger warning. Oh, some of y'all already about to get Twitter fingers, right? So he said the number one scam most Black people fall for is starting a business prematurely. These premature businesses usually end up failing and leading us to even greater poverty, and I'm sick of it. We're gonna elaborate more later. Just follow me, guys. Want proof? Black Americans are starting businesses at 4 times the rate of other communities, yet still make up the poorest group. Black women are number one in started businesses, but also the lowest income amongst all groups. Why? Well, we see an online business guru telling us to buy their course that will teach us how to start and launch a business. The courses are great, not knocking them, but starting a business when your network is poor, you have low or no cash flow, and your education when it comes to business is mediocre at best. You are setting yourself up to fail, and for most of you, into more debt, right? Instead, Black people focusing on growing your skills to get a high paying 6 figure career, then leveraging that salary plus our new 6 figure network to invest in education and resources. We jump to being an entrepreneur because it's marketed like a get rich quick scheme, right? If you follow me, you recommend tech as the best starting point. But notice what the richest men in the world, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, did. They started in tech or finance and were either programmers or hedge fund guys. And all of them leveraged their 6 figure network of techies to launch and scale billion-dollar software companies. The top wealthiest did not start businesses first. They either had a 6 figure job skill and they had a 6 figure network, started businesses with their 6 figure network, and now have, billion trillion dollar companies. We are hustling backwards. No more get rich quick schemes. Get skills that can get you a 6 figure career. I suggest tech as well. Hit that description in my bio. It talks about the tech boot camps that I recommend and how some of you guys can do it too instead of automatically going towards these businesses first, right? Now, this is how we truly build Black wealth instead of jumping to start a business with no experience, no rich friends, and on a 40K salary. Let's break that down. I know this triggered some of you guys, right? What happened, during COVID, a lot of you fell for, the Airbnbs, trucking, if you guys were able to get funding and run that business credit play to get it. A lot of you, nail salon lashes that you brought maybe purchased a lot of product for, and you're not getting that traction like you thought because your friends and family are not buying your stuff, right? The thing about business, you'll learn, especially that last part he mentioned on a 40K salary, or people, let's be real. Me at the beginning, my network wasn't the best at the beginning. At the beginning, especially in my early 20s, I didn't have much. I knew people, but I didn't have much friends who were either making 6 figures or even millionaires. So if I wanted to do something, they weren't going to be the one I was going to go to for most of the part. Now, of course, I can if I need to, but we need to stop thinking that business is the only way we're going to get rich quick first, right? There's no get rich quick, none of that, because you guys end up spending more money and not making it. Let me tell you guys a little bit of my backstory, right? So, I came from finances. I had success, in my previous roles before being into tech, right? Now it's been a year since I've been in tech, but I was in my last finance related thing was an insurance field, right? And you guys might see it on Instagram, right? A lot of people are talking about infinite banking. Do that. But I'm gonna be real, a lot of them they don't even have funds to get an infinite banking, right? They're not successful business owners as they try to portray themselves on social media, right? A lot of them might say, hey, don't work for the man. You let the man tell you what to do. But a lot of them don't even make six figures as a business. But yet they're telling you and talking on social media like they're the best thing on earth. Like, yeah, they're the ones making the real money when that's not the truth. They sell you a fake dream. I'm not saying that's everybody, but this is what you have to do. You got to be able to weed out what's real and what's not. And a lot of you struggle with that, right? That's why some of you guys jumped into Airbnb without knowing that short-term rentals had the highest risk. You didn't understand that you just can't start it just because you built an extra home that you didn't pass the code. Now you have a squatter there because you didn't understand. You just couldn't do that without passing code, and now the rules are against you, and you have a squatter there. Right? You see these horror stories. You see people got into trucking, leveraged too quickly. Now the trucking industry went down because they didn't understand it and not making the money they thought they'll be making, right? I could use a whole bunch of examples because guess what? We did not have the proper education because we listened to these quote unquote gurus because they have 100,000, 200,000 followers and they're selling you a fake dream and a course that they just came up with in 30 days because they know your dumbass is going to buy it, right? Why? Because everybody was rich during COVID, and now where are they? Tell me where they're at now. Some of you are now trying to find different things to do because you fell for that. You fell for that. So this is what we're gonna do for 2024, right? We're gonna learn a skill, right? Use that skill, whether it's tech, like I talk about, check the link in my description to talk about course careers, check out the courses that are there from UX, UI, and digital marketing, all that great stuff. If you click the link in my bio, you get $50 off if you decide to move forward with one, but you also get to start for free to get a feel for it, right? So we're gonna build skills first. Now, while we're working those jobs, right, that your favorite guru is going to be working after he goes on witness protection, right? Now you could leverage some of that money to start up that business that you wanted to do. Now you could fund it properly instead of being so desperate for money that you can't even get by or scale your business because you're not making enough and you don't have the proper education. Let me tell you guys, one thing. Tech, you're going to learn what successful companies are doing properly. Me, myself, even yes, I have businesses that I do aside from work, right? Or within it, I should say, right? And one thing I learned about tech, it helped me scale a lot better because I'm learning for companies that have success, companies that have been around for 40 plus years successful. And I'm learning things of whether the mindset, whether certain systems that they're using that I had no idea because guess what? My network, like I said before, wasn't always the best. So before we just jump to start that business, guys, start thinking for once, right? Stop just jumping without doing your due diligence. And like I said, go pull the numbers up for yourself. I'm not your babysitter. That's the problem. You guys want handouts. Everybody wants a handout. Everybody wants to make passive income and just relax and not do work. Everything in life, you're going to have to put into work. So just because I talk about tech sales or wherever it might be, at the end of the day, you still have to put in that work, guys. So I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to BS y'all. But anywho, I'm going to leave you guys with that today. And like I said, guys, do your own damn research, right? People are not always going to hold your hand for everything, right? So check out the links in the bio and description. If you guys need coaching, I do provide it as well. You got to pay to play, you right? But do your research. How you gonna do research about me? Go check out my LinkedIn. Go see the people that have helped get roles, and of course, from there, you think what makes the most sense for you and where you're at. But don't forget, guys, before we head off, hit that bell icon, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. I know you guys are gonna. I know there's gonna be some Twitter fingers in here, but it's okay. It's a real conversation. All right, guys. In the meantime, I'm leaving you with that. Take care.